Have you done this before?
Yes. Often.
You often go home with a woman to play, with her husband to sleep in the next room.
Let's go inside.
I like these. Nice touch. A little kinky, maybe?
A little kinky, probably. I think maybe all you brought me here for is sex, no?
No. I brought you here to discuss Nietzsche.
Good Nietzsche. Hector. It's your time.
Palm Beach draws people from all over the world. All kinds of people for all kinds of reasons. Chasing dreams or running from the past. But life has its little tricks. A dream can become a nightmare. And the past? Well, it's never far enough away.
No prints, no shell casings, no witnesses, no nothing. One shot, clean.
Yep. There was no signs of forced entry or burglary either. Obviously, the killer knew who he was after and exactly where to find him.
Looks professional.
But a bullet through the eye? Ugh. It's a new one on me.
Lieutenant, may we see you for a moment?
Miss Vargas, I'm sorry. Sorry to put you through this. You told Officer Lopez you heard a car, dog barked. You went to the window. Anything about it? The kind of car, the color, the driver? Tell her we're not immigration. We don't care about the green cards. We just want to find who killed her boss, and we need her help. Anything.
Amalia, te lo voy a preguntar de nuevo. ¿Quién estuvo aquí anoche? ¿Quién manejó el carro?
Te lo dije. No podía ver. Estaba muy oscuro. No sé. I'm sorry.
So am I.
Ooh, she is seriously spooked.
Yeah, well, of course she's spooked. I mean, she came in here to make the boss's bed, and this is what she found. I think I would be spooked, too.
It's more than just being scared of a dead body. I think she's scared of us, too.
Well, she's a good-looking woman. I wonder if there's something else going on here.
What do you mean, instead of just keeping house?
Maybe they were playing house.
And maybe she's just a scared little woman in a strange place who's afraid we're going to throw her down a hole she can't crawl out of. Maybe all of the above.
Mrs. Gutierrez, do you know of anyone that might have wanted your husband dead?
I don't know if my husband had enemies. If he did, I wouldn't know who they are. We never talked about business or anything else.
So the two of you didn't speak to each other?
Oh, we spoke, but not much more. Our marriage was mostly separate. Separate bedrooms, separate checking accounts, separate vacations and social calendars.
Is that your husband's idea or yours?
I guess we both came up with it. Our marriage was over years ago, but Hector refused to divorce me. Yes, I play around, and everyone knows it. I drink, too. Care for something? Amalia! Would you bring me a real drink, please?
So why don't we get back to what happened last night?
I simply have no recollection of last night. I went to the Playa Club for lunch. And after that, it's a blur. I had a lot to drink.
You must remember something.
Rusty was there. I kept him very busy.
What's Rusty's last name?
I suppose he has one. He's a towel boy. He takes care of me. He brings me drinks.
Were you drinking with anyone?
Find my car. Wherever it is probably where I was. We can take it from there.
You're welcome. I'm Sergeant Lorenzo.
Hello.
We found your car at the downtown impound. It was towed away from the Cafe Metro.
Bingo.
Mrs. Gutierrez, your housekeeper said she saw a car drive away late last night. You have a guest?
I must have. I just don't know who.
Okay, we got a dead Argentine millionaire and a pretty housekeeper who acts like she just went through the Inquisition.
Society page wife who has motive but no humor.
Yeah, but blackout drunk with a blank page for an alibi. You know what? This all seems too convenient for me. What do you think? You believe her?
Believe she's a seriously frustrated woman who drinks too much and sleeps around, but did she kill her husband? I don't think she has the nerve.
Maybe her boyfriend came up with the idea. No, think about this. Let's dump your husband, we'll live happily ever after.
On Hector's money. That's very good. But what about Amalia? I mean, what if she hears a shot?
No. We silence the puppy, or we shoot Hector through a pillow.
So maybe the lab will be able to tell us if they did either one.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we don't even worry about Amalia. Maybe we just pay her off to keep her mouth shut.
I don't think so. I mean, she didn't look like a person who was thinking about Easy Street. She looked like she was genuinely scared. You know what? We should stop by a place called the Playa Club and talk to a guy named Rusty.
He lies his alibi?
I don't know, but he was the last person that saw her sober. Well, there's the Palm Beach version of Robin Leach. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go find Rusty at the towel.
Yeah, well, I have a chat with Solange. If anybody's got the skinny on Liza and her marriage, it will be Solange.
Now on your shoulder. Put it on your shoulders. Be happy. Be smiling. You're happy to put this all over your body or your stomach.
Whoa, whoa, what is this for?
No. The clubs on your report. Very sleek, very impressive. Au revoir, mon chéri. What are you doing here, Detective Lorenzo? Did your hormones finally drive you mad, force you to seek me out?
Oh, I need information, Solange. Since nobody in Palm Beach has their ear to the rich and famous turf like you, I want you to tell me about Hector Gutierrez and his widow Liza.
Well, I gotta tell you, some of these cows will run your legs off. But Mrs. G, she's a decent person. Just no capacity.
Oh, what do you mean by capacity?
Oh, 2 or 3 drinks and she was invisible. I mean, she should have had a bell around her neck just to make it through a fog.
Listen, Rusty, why don't we get back to what happened yesterday?
She was here that afternoon. Had some drinks.
How many?
Honey, she had lots of drinks.
Was she with anybody?
Look, I don't tell tales.
Well, I've already heard the tales. Why don't you just tell me what happened?
Must we always talk about other couplings?
Gives us a reason to be together. Otherwise, people would talk.
Let them. I love it. Hector and Liza. A mash made by the devil himself.
You see, this place is like a dirty cesspool. I mean, we got piranha and barracuda cruising around all the time looking for an easy meal. Liza, she was an easy meal, if you get my meaning.
Liza?
Well, her idea. I mean, all the guys are always sniffing around. I mean, this place is like a moving target. I mean, the level of pheromones in here gets so intense.
Was she drinking alone?
Yes. And no. Part of the time she was drinking alone, and part of the time guys would stop and chat.
You know, clear something up for me. Why didn't they just get divorced?
Hector is Catholic, no divorce. And if Liza walked out, no money. Her own family had already cut her off for marrying a Latino.
Oof. Hemingway was right when he wrote that the rich are different from you and I.
That was Fitzgerald. Hemingway said, yes, they have no money.
Did she leave with anyone?
Well, I was on break when she left, but the point is, I know what was going on while she was here. I mean, has she ever taken any of these boys home and said, honey, look who followed me home. Can I keep him? Sorry, I have no idea.
All right, listen, I may need to talk to you again, all right?
Anytime.
I think she thought that if she slept with enough guys, that Hector would be disgusted enough and divorce her.
What if she was wrong?
Que sera.
So long, Solange. Okay, everybody told us the same thing Liza did. She does the horizontal bop off. Now the question is, did she take him home to do it? And if so, who?
I bet the maid could answer that for us if she only would.
I agree. But Amalia is one scared individual.
I think I should go talk to her myself. I might be able to get her to look at a lineup.
Lineup?
Yeah, you know, back there by the pool. Mrs. Gutierrez had a guest last night. She can't remember who it was. She had been drinking, comprende?
I understand.
I need your help with this.
What is it you are asking me?
Did she bring men to the house before?
That is not for me to say.
Look, someone killed her husband. And we're not going to find the killer unless somebody talks to us.
Señora Gutierrez is a very lonely It is sad, woman. But she is not a murderer.
No, I wasn't accusing her. Look, I admire your loyalty. But it's very important for us to know who Mrs. Gutierrez was involved with. The men that she brought here to the house. Men that you recognized from being here.
Can't help you.
Amalia, look, if you help me, I think you could help her. I need you to come down to the Playa Club. Point out men that you've recognized.
I couldn't do that.
You wouldn't have to speak to anyone. You could just tell me who you've seen before.
Officer, please. Please, do not ask me to do this.
I have to. This is very important.
Right here.
The tall man in the blue trunks.
That's Bo Jacobs, real estate. You can get his name and address in the office.
Okay. Over there, the good-looking blonde. In the white trunks, the one next to the girl.
Bastard. It's Art Andrews. I'll give you his number myself.
Okay. Who's that guy?
They call him Teal.
Maya, are you all right?
See,
The guy that just dove in the pool. Tio, you've seen him before?
yes. He was one of the señora's lovers. The most recent.
This case had taken on a very strange smell. The victim, Hector Gutierrez, was on our computers, but his files were flagged and sealed by DEA, IRS, and BATF. That could mean anything from gun running to narcotics. Tio Mendoza, the Palm Beach pool hound, struck me as a man familiar with all of the above. Mr. Mendoza?
I'd offer you a drink, but I know you're on duty. Would you like iced tea or coffee, something?
Tea would be fine. How'd you know I was a cop?
Word gets around. Do you mind?
Actually, I would prefer if you didn't. So, you're a friend of Liza Gutierrez?
She's a very friendly woman, and I like friendly women.
Where were you the night that her husband was murdered?
Ow, you get right to the point, don't you?
This is a murder investigation, Mr. Mendoza.
Do you know you're even more attractive when you're serious?
You didn't answer the question. Where were you the night that Hector Gutierrez was murdered?
Aquí está. Momentito, excuse me, please.
Sure.
Bravo. Espantoso. Your question. Yes, I was with my friend Orejo on his yacht, the Está Lindo.
Oh. How do I know that would check out no matter what night of the week it is?
Señorita.
Senor? One more question. I brought a woman to the Playa Club yesterday. Did you notice her?
No, but I think Orejo told me. A pretty woman. Mrs. Gutierrez's housekeeper.
She seemed terrified of you. You have any idea why?
Sometimes I have an unusual effect on women.
Thanks. You know, Chris, if you didn't eat that kind of food, you'd live a lot longer.
No, it just seem a lot longer.
All right, so we are looking real close at semi-pro Latin lover Tio Mendoza.
Now, it took 3 computer searches to pull this up. But our lover boy claims dual citizen status, American and Guatemalan. His mother's from the States and he went to school here, but Tio, baby, is an active duty colonel in the Guatemalan army.
Wait a minute, so what is the Guatemalan army doing in Palm Beach, Florida?
And whatever it is, you can bet it's not a goodwill tour. And he's here on a provisional, classified, totally deniable visa.
Bad guy in some kind of covert op.
Yeah, it looks like it, but so far we got nothing to tie him to this case. And my gut tells me he's about to walk.
So what do we got here? Got a bad guy with out-of-town papers who might or might not tie in. If he does fade, what?
Well, with his contacts and his papers, I don't think we're going to find him.
So we got to get to him before he does walk.
Is there anybody who might tie him in?
There's this maid, I think, that knows a little more than she's saying, but she doesn't want to talk. Christopher, why don't you give it a try?
How could I possibly succeed where you fail?
Yeah, Chris. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it.
Oh, come on, just give her that old Lorenzo charm.
Tio! I need a drink.
Looks like you just had one.
Well, maybe I have a reason to drink. Like waking up and finding my husband's been murdered.
You were a very frustrated wife. Very. Now you're a rich widow. It's not so bad.
You were with me that night, Tio. What happened?
Nothing, really. Nothing happened.
Stop playing games with me. I'm being treated like a suspect. Or at least an accomplice to a murder.
I'm sure how you say a full investigation will exonerate you. No?
Yes.
Damn it, Tio.
Please.
We went back to my place that night. My housekeeper saw you there.
It's the one the detective brought to the club, no? She's a very pretty woman.
Tio, this is big trouble. I need help. I just want out.
Baby. Here, have a sip. I know. Look in my eyes. Do you really think I killed your husband?
Somebody did.
Let's take a ride.
Miss Vargas, I understand how difficult it can be talking to a police officer. Hell, I didn't like cops myself until I became one. Even when I was a kid, I never thought in a million years I'd end up with a badge, a gun. You know, I know a bit about the situation in Guatemala. Okay, all right, I don't. My partner, Sergeant Lance, said that you were very frightened by the sight of a man you saw at the Playa Club.
Is there some law that says I have to discuss my feelings with a policeman?
No, absolutely not. This man, he's a Guatemalan army colonel named Tio.
Army colonel? Hijo de puta! Asesino! This man is not a soldier. This man is an animal.
I didn't mean to upset you.
Of course you did. Why else would you show me that picture?
Look, I understand the reputation the police have in your country for torturing people for information.
Oh, yes, and you're trying to shock and frighten me to get what you want. Yes, what is the difference between you?
It would take me weeks to explain that. But right now, you're our only link to this guy, and we think he has everything to do with the murder of Hector Gutierrez. Even if you're scared to talk about him.
What makes you so sure? I am scared to talk. Maybe I don't want to help you.
What do you mean, don't want to?
Why should I help you? Who's going to help me? I have heard all of this before from men like you, official men, who say, just trust us. Well, I'm tired of trusting. Where I come from, trust gets you killed. And then the people that you trusted, they retire in places like this.
Miss Vargas, if you help us, nobody's gonna harm you. I promise you that.
Where are we?
Pero qué guapa. Come, you don't need makeup. We're gonna smear it now anyway. Come on, baby. Mira, ven conmigo aquí, ven que veamos. Mi reina, mi amor.
These gloves. Remember these gloves.
This time I promise you, it'll be even better.
Dr. Lincoln.
What are we looking at? Efficiency. The killer really knew what he was doing. He jammed the carotid artery, shutting off blood to the brain, snapped the neck, crushing the larynx.
Her husband is off in his own bed. Now she turns up strangled.
Well, suffocated, actually.
Anything?
No physical evidence. The only thing he left behind was the corpse.
He?
Tio Mendoza. Same guy we think shot her husband.
The lab said he used a silencer on the husband, and Dr. Lincoln also said that Liza went very quick and quiet.
We're talking about a trained killer here, not your average garden variety psychopath.
Okay, wait. There's a hole in the logic here. Why didn't he just whack her when he did the husband?
Well, thought he was safe. I mean, Liza was drunk. She was passed out, which is not unusual for her.
He knew her well enough to know she had a tendency to black out, could probably tell she was on autopilot. She wasn't a threat.
Until she started to remember.
Exactly, that's what we're thinking.
Is there any other way to this guy?
Amalia Vargas, the maid. Maybe. But up until this point, not talking to us.
I think we need to get to her before Tio does.
I'm talking about Amalia Vargas. La criada, she works here?
No está, señor. Amalia is not here. Gone.
Oh, wait, what do you mean she's gone? Look, senor, it's very important that we find her. This is important. Where did she go? Importante. That's great. You know, I talked to Amalia, I get nothing. I knew she was at risk, and now she disappears. Poof.
You know, quit beating yourself up. I mean, what more could you do?
I could have put her in protective custody.
Protective custody? Under what grounds? I mean, come on.
On... Yeah, you're right. Tio is gonna go after her, and we gotta get to her before he does. If you were her, where would you go?
Hide out with friends. What?
Look, we both struck out with Amalia. How are we gonna get past her friends that are protecting her? And that part of town is tight. They don't know you, they don't trust you.
Right. Maybe Officer Lopez could give us a hand.
Time to leave, no? You've done what we came to do, and it's getting hot.
Pobrecito. Maybe okay for you. I don't like leaving loose ends. I want you to find her.
¿Quién? La criada?
Totalmente la criada. Her name's Amalia Vargas.
So shall we go look for her now?
No, baby. You look for her. I got business. Serious business.
So we checked with the agencies that work with domestics and day laborers. They deal mostly with immigrants.
And you got nothing, right?
Right.
Carlos, we got stonewalled.
You guys have got to remember where these people come from. The authorities are people to fear.
You know, I don't understand that. Well, we're cops. We're here to help people.
Are you kidding? To them, the police are feared most of all.
So we're cops, but I mean, look at these faces. Are these the faces of bad guys?
Hey, this is a foreign Florida with a separate economy. To them, you're the foreigners.
Great.
I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye. Carlos!
Hey, ¿qué tal, compadre?
Good to see you.
Hey, this is Mauricio, the man who knows everything that's going on. Even though you might not know it from what he prints in his paper.
And you must be Officer Lopez's colleagues. Let me guess. You hear about the Gutierrez murder?
You got it.
A woman strangled, a man shot through the eye with a bullet, no?
How'd you know about that?
A bullet in the eye is the signature of the Brigada Blanca, a Guatemalan death squad.
And that's what we're looking at, a death squad hitman.
Your government calls him Edgardo Mendoza. In the Guatemalan army, he is Felix Bustamante. In Palm Beach, he's Steele, a real prince by whatever name.
I also hear he's quite the ladies' man.
And quite the killer. He's good at it. He likes it. He makes few mistakes. But you already know about Theo. What do you want from me?
We'd like you to fill in the blanks around Hector Gutierrez's life. Who would have wanted to see him dead?
Senor Gutierrez was a banker. His bank was also involved in money laundering.
What, for a drug cartel?
According to rumor, he got greedy. He raised his money laundering rate 1 point more than the market would bear. The tragedy of our times is that men like Dio can murder without the interference from authorities. Because he is the authority.
Yeah, well, there's one big difference. This is America.
Yes, this is America. And you have arrested Theo.
Can't make an arrest without due cause, you know that.
There is always a reason in America not to arrest a man like Theo.
We're looking for a killer and trying to save a lady's life, and we need your help.
Look, we think Tio's next target is a Guatemalan woman named Amalia. She disappeared. We gotta find her before Tio does first.
If she was leaving the country, she would buy a ticket at the bodega.
That's right. That's what she'd go for anything. Long-distance phone call, a money order.
Better hurry. If Theo and his partners find her.
Whoa, Tio's got a partner?
Men like Theo? Always.
Claro, claro, ya te lo vemos, ¿eh? Claro.
Vámonos. Dale, vámonos.
Discúlpeme, por favor. Estoy tratando de localizar a una joven, Amalia Vargas. Tengo entendido que usted le vendió un boleto de aerolínea. Dígame, ¿a dónde puedo encontrarla?
Claro, señor. Amalia Vargas, un momentito. Este es el vuelo que va a tomar. Está a 2 cuadras aquí, en una iglesia. Ahí está esperando su vuelo.
De nada.
¿Qué pasó?
Nada. Ya basta.
Somebody got here before us.
Who did this to you?
¿Quién te lo hizo?
Esto no tiene nada que ver con la policía. Fue un pleito nomás, no es nada.
Nada. Like hell. You speak English? You habla inglés?
Tell him that we have to get to Amalia. This is important.
Buscamos una chica guatemalan, Amelia Vargas. Necesitamos saber dónde ella fue.
No sé nada.
Hombre, dígame. No, you know what? Forget dígame. You speak English, and I know you do. If you've seen Amalia Vargas, you tell us where she is.
At the end of the street, there's a church. She'll be there with the priest until her flight tonight. There's someone else looking for her, too.
Gracias.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, Carlos, you know, I don't understand it. Even with the girl's life at risk, he still didn't want to tell us?
Hey, look, it's not easy for him. He gives you the information, you thank him, and you leave. He doesn't expect you to come back. But you can be sure the guy who terrorized him will.
Not Tio, man. We're going to put him away for a long time.
How far away is this church?
Not far, come on.
Hey, ¿qué pasa, bro? ¿Cómo estás? Lo agarré, mira ahí. Un anuncio.
Okay, this is where my neighborhood influence stops.
Wait, what does that mean?
Me, my being Latino doesn't cut me any slack here. To this priest, I'm just another cop. Might even do better here without me.
Why? Would you drop the hammer on the church for illegals or something?
Well, they're having problems. Whenever there are problems between police and the neighborhood, police always come out the bad guys. You know that. Father Mallory?
Father, we're looking for Amalia Vargas.
And who are you?
I'm Sergeant Lance. This is Sergeant Lorenzo, Palm Beach PD.
This church is a sanctuary. Lopez knows that. Your badges carry no weight here.
Look, Father, this isn't about green cards. We need to get to Amalia before a Guatemalan army colonel named Tio does.
The Brigada Blanca.
Right, that's him.
Look, Father, I don't know what kind of game this is you're playing, but you're playing with Amalia's life. We're here to help her, and she needs it.
And you'll help her. Same way you helped Senora Gutierrez.
Look, we tried to help Liza. She wouldn't cooperate with us.
So people who don't cooperate with you die.
You know what? This is a crock, and we are running out of time. There's a man here in this neighborhood looking for Amalia, and he knows where she is. Now, I don't care if you trust us or not. You get her out of here, Father. Let's go, Lopez.
Wait. Come with me.
Nice place.
I wanted her to stay at the church, but she wouldn't. I guess she knew something I didn't.
I tell you, Father, she keeps surprising us.
Sister Amalia was with the Jesuits in the Guatemala
Wait,
Highlands.
Sister Amalia? She's a nun?
Very courageous one. She ministered to the Indians in a contested area.
A nun. So what's the connection between Tio and the sister?
She was in a mountain settlement that got raided by the Brigada Blanca.
What happened?
She survived. Others were raped and murdered. She's a long way from getting over it.
You sure she's here?
She's here. Does she trust you?
Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
Amalia! It's Father Mallory. You're not safe here anymore. Tio knows where you are. Amalia, there are people here to help you. Amalia, I know you're scared. We're all scared. But we must trust. Maybe she'll listen to you.
No, not me.
Amalia, this is Sergeant Lance. Listen, if you come out now, we can put Tio away and stop his killing.
You can help save lives by coming out, sister.
Vámonos. Vámonos.
Give it up, Mendoza!
Put the gun down, Tio!
Drop it, Tio!
Strange how life follows people around, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Just that, thank you.
You're welcome.
All the people that come here from Argentina or Colombia or Guatemala or wherever, I mean, you gotta figure that they're looking for something, right? They're running away from something, or they're looking for a better way of life. And the people that are millionaires down there, they stay millionaires here.
And we know the gangsters are gangsters wherever they are.
That's right. The good people stay good and the bad people stay bad.
No, I hear what you're saying, but what is your point?
Just that this is supposed to be the promised land, right? It's supposed to be this great place, but it doesn't work when they bring all that baggage with them. I mean, they carry this fear, a lot of them, and as long as they do, I mean, they're never going to find the happiness that they're looking for. You know?
Maybe it just takes time. This next generation, they're going to find what their parents were looking for and what their grandparents were looking for.
That would be nice if that happened.
To the next generation.
To the next generation.